Oh. Hello. I'm Dylan Fox. Have you been wanting a good book to read? I know I did. For a while, but then I found Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Do you like cigarettes and other tobacco-related products? Usage of the words phony, lousy, and got... Also, spoiled teenagers. Then you'll love Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Not only is it a requirement for some classes in their junior and senior year at Tunstall High School, it's also a great novel that'll keep you entertained through and through. The plot of Catcher in the Rye follows the story of a young teenager at the age of 17 named Holden Caulfield. He goes to a school that he hates. Not only that, but he's very indecisive about what he likes to do with his life. He gets annoyed by various things and oftentimes doesn't know how to feel. He feels feelings of anger, feelings of hatred, feelings of annoyance over common things that shouldn't display those feelings. The conflict in the story is a man versus man conflict. It displays the conflict of Holden Caulfield being the protagonist as well as Holden Caulfield being the antagonist, seeing as how he has many internal conflicts all throughout the story. This book ends on a very subjective note. Not only is he still in the exact same place of indecisiveness, hatred, and sadness and depression that he is in the beginning of the story,
he's also, like, he's going to another school in the fall, and, like, he hopes that he can do good in this new school or something. And, yeah, well, he just, like, he does all this whack stuff, man. Like, I don't see what his deal is, man. Like, all he do is, like, complain.
Holden figures out that he's been kicked out of his school. He's not supposed to go home for winter break until Wednesday of that week. However, he leaves on a Saturday. He goes and stays at various hotels, does various things, such as visiting a lake, visiting the park, and going to different bars. He also hires a prostitute, whom of which he does not have sex with, but instead, her pimp notifies Holden that he owes her $10 rather than $5, when initially, her pimp says, "You owe Holden Caulfield $10. Instead, he tells Holden that he owes him $15. Given that this takes place in the 60s, it's kind of a bit much. Nowadays, $5 isn't anything, but back then... The mood of this story is depressing. The exposition features Holden Caulfield at his school. He decides to leave and stay in various hotels and with friends and teachers until Wednesday to break the news to his parents that he's been kicked out of school. During the rising action of the story, various different events happen that pertain to the ending of the story. Holden visits old friends that he hasn't seen in a long time, gets drunk, and does other various misadventures that often lead him into places that he doesn't feel comfortable being. In conclusion, Catcher in the Rye is a lovely book. It's a great book to read for when you're traveling, sitting down to relax, or in uncomfortable situations. Like second weddings. Read Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger!